What is happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back with a match reaction. Watford 2, Leeds United 2. Very dull game overall. Should have done better, but I had trepidation from the lineup, and we'll talk about it once we get into it. But I think we showed in the end the resilience in terms of not losing the game. It was important that we didn't lose today, especially in light of the other results. We've come out with a point. Should have been 3 if we're being real. But we'll take it, move on to the next game. Before I get into it, please hit a like on the video. So, yep, Jalen, listen, I hear you, Jalen. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, drop your comments below. Big thank you to the super thanks donators on the last video. Obviously, I hadn't done a video in quite some time, so big thank you. I'm going to shout you all out here. Texas Leeds, Ronaldo, who I think is a Rinder, William Morrison, Donna, Michael, Pisa, Matthew Thomas, Mark Holmes, Jim Jones, Phil Hartley, G. Smith, Parrot House, always supporting, Holly Stale Biscuits, Lee Goldup, Stephen Short, Pellegrino, Riccardi, and Yusuf Roland, and Count Bishops. So, yeah, thank you guys. Seriously, thank you so much for the donations on the last video. Much, really and truly much appreciated. Always talk about likes are the best thing to get when you haven't done a video in a few weeks. Super thanks and super chats are pretty nice too. So thank you so much. And shout out to everyone in the chat right now. T85, evening KG Pal, missed opportunity tonight, but the international break crippled a lot of our key players. Yeah. And even Cleverly before the game, and it was quite interesting what Cleverly said, because I read between the lines with what he was saying. He knew that this was a weaker Leeds team today, and there was a chance for Watford to come out with something. When you see when we take a couple of players out of this team and you have to replace them with a couple of others, there is a huge drop off, I'm afraid. The one is pretty obvious, even though it's not all on him tonight. It's on the manager for selecting him. But you can tell we missed Gruev today. Gruev, you missed that. It's always funny with players like Gruev. People don't rave about him. They don't talk about him enough until they're out the team. This is like when we had Tyler Adams in the Premier League. And when he came out, it was like, that's what we're missing. That's what we're missing with Gruev today. Breaking up Ampadu and Rodon should never have happened, in my opinion. And we did miss Willie Nanto today. I thought Dan James, he didn't come back with a vengeance today. He looked like he was playing within himself. Yeah, Michael, Cleverly, his eyes must have lit up when he saw our defenders. That's what I was thinking. You've got to. Byron wasn't at it today. There was a lot that weren't at it today. Ampadu wasn't really at it too much in the first half. He improved as the game went on. Rodon was back there doing it all by himself. He was amazing. Yet again, do not want to downplay Joe Rodon today. Yet again, another stellar performance. And without him, I worry where we'd be, honestly. James, I want to see more of Joseph. There was that graphic, wasn't there? First half, Patrick Bamford, 2 touches. And I'll always say it because you guys always come back to me, the Bamford FC fans, the Bamford sexuals. If Joel Perot is coming out with 2 touches in the first half, you're all on his back. Mateo Joseph proved when he came on, you make your own luck. You get in the positions, you create your own chances, and that's what happened. It wasn't a beautiful equalizer. It's an opportunistic finish by Mateo Joseph. That's what he gives you. But listen. I mean, the pace difference between Joseph and Bamford is crazy. I mean, listen, that's not saying much, is it? I know what you're saying, but yeah. Yeah, AFE, nice to see you back, KG, sounding a lot better. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Obviously, the voice is still on its way returning, but hopefully you can hear me way clearer today. So, yeah, thank you. Yeah, and Lewis, this is another point. Top 2 still, we move. Yeah, I'm still there. I do want to speak about Leicester next week in another show, but I'm still there. As long as we're in the top 2, I honestly don't care about winning the league. I'm still there. I want us to finish in the top 2, get promoted, don't have to think about playoffs, and we move on. So, yeah, it was good, though, that we didn't lose, because the only people that would have got a boost from today if we had lost was Leicester City. That their collapse needs to be discussed. But if we had lost today, it would have given them a bit of hope. That last-minute equalizer has got them back now going, oh, now what? Now Leeds United, if they're not going to lose this kind of game against Watford, which game are they going to lose? and that's the credit for us and our team. Pete here, Farke got that starting 11 so wrong. Yeah, and Vavi here, Somerville's goal though, sensational. Somerville for me was the best player today. He was the only one that was making things happen. Um, if there was any kind of danger, it was through him. Thought Jorginho, all being said, with him having surgery, I think he performed okay. Obviously, he's not going to be at his full best. But listen, let's go for the starting lineup today because let me just get a sip of drink here. Yeah, and Tasha, I agree, and you have to do that. Tasha here, I feel we stole a point. We were so bad it hurt. Sign of a good side though. 100% Tasha. It's not always going to be pretty, and the fact that we escaped with a point today speaks volumes about the character of the team overall. Really does. But let's talk about the starting lineup, man. Because as soon as I saw this before the game, I thought, "Whoa, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? We cannot have so many of these kind of players in the starting 11. It doesn't work. Told you before, and I'll always go back to it. So you can never say that I'm, jumping on a, you know, on a trend or anything like that. I've always said you can always have two, three okay players, and the rest can kind of carry you. But when you're starting Liam Cooper, you're essentially starting with 10 men people. I've used the reference before, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, the old yellow thing. It's time. It's absolutely time for this guy just to stop starting games. If I'm Charlie Creswell and I'm looking at this, I'm thinking I must be really bad in order to not being able to start a game. Liam Cooper offers you zero. He offered you zero 2 years ago. He offers you absolutely nothing now, and he looks tired. When you see him put his head down when a goal's conceded, he looks like the old man at the park. He looks like the old man at the park that's trying to keep up with the 20 somethings and he can't hang no more. And it's as simple as that. Now, it's not all on Liam Cooper, but when you're inserting him in, when you're inserting him in the starting lineup, then you're having to move around three players when he is subbed off because he's the first sub off. That speaks volumes. You then have Byram going back to right back, Firpo coming on at left, Archie Gray, who should have been in midfield in this game for me, in my opinion, after such a good under 21s experience for England, assists, goals. You're doing so much to accommodate one player, and he's not worth the squeeze of the juice. He's not worth it. And it wasn't all on him. Let me be clear. There was a lot of poor performers, but his presence, he was like a traffic cone. I don't know if he was. Where do I start with this one? The first goal, there was a lot of zonal marking. Melier makes a good save. The only thing Liam Cooper did was get in the way. He was marking the post people. He was marking the post. And I've said before, I don't mind Liam Cooper being here in a background kind of role as long as he's not starting games. And there's no reason for him to start games. Not when Charlie Creswell's here, not when there's other options that we could have done. I would have much preferred to start Junior Firpo and play him for 60, see if he got tired, and then take him off later in the game, then start Liam Cooper. He does no one any favors. No one looks secure with him. Again, this sounds like a Liam Cooper bash, but please look at the players when he's on the pitch. Look at Joe Rodon's body language. Look at Elan Melier. They don't feel comfortable with him in the team, but he'll always have that respect because he's the long-serving captain. I'm just telling you how it is. I'm just telling you how it is. The first goal, he's marking nothing. The second goal, though, did he put his arm up for offside? What was he doing? There was three players behind him. I don't know what he was doing there. And Emmanuel Dennis, with the ease of anything, just skips around him, does a little shimmy, and puts it round. It's poor, absolutely poor. Chris, I'd rather play a post up Strout than Cooper. Kelvin, look at the performance when he went off. The whole system reshuffled when he went off, and we look more balanced. It's not a coincidence, people. And I know that there's Liam Cooper fans out there who they love him. He's the last remembrance that reminds him of Bielsa and everything else like that. Have your sentimental have your sentimental thoughts and everything. He's not a good football player for this football team in 2024. Um, Hold on a sec. Yeah, yeah. I hear it. I hear it. Jalen here. Roden was run ragged, trying to constantly save us. He was all over the place. Joe Roden was the protector at the back. He was amazing today. Absolutely amazing. And it's a theme throughout the season with Joe Roden. He's been our best defender all season long. Absolutely amazing. Uh-oh, voice is starting to go. Hold on a minute. Awesome boy. Okay, never say his second name. I'd rather play Tommy Cooper than Liam Cooper. And again, it's not a slander thing. People think that you've got an agenda when you speak against Liam Cooper or something like that. But you know what it is, people? It's just calling it how you see it. It's calling it with common sense. It's seeing with your own eyes. And there's a phrase, isn't there? You buy cheap, you buy twice. Well, if you don't start him today, you probably don't make some of those mistakes today, and you can avoid all of that. But the seniority, respect, and all that kind of stuff always comes to it in sports, in all kind of sports, not just football. And he gets to start over Charlie Creswell. Makes zero sense. I would never have broken up Roden and Purdue. No chance. No chance. There was other things we could have done today, and it would have had as much risk, but with just a bit more pace involved. Shackleton, I don't trust Shackleton, but I would have still probably tried him ahead of Liam Cooper today. I would have tried that ahead. I would have started Furpo ahead. I know he came back late. I'd have done so many things before Liam Cooper's in the frame. Um, Paul Gray here with a super chat. Thank you, Paul. Cooper shouldn't be starting games since 2021. Big facts. This is one of the reasons we're back here again, going through the stressful race. Big up, KG. Thank you, Paul. Mr. P, thank you, Mr. P, for the super chat. Thank you for that. John L, good save given up. Not our best performance. Welcome one back, KG life. Look after that voice. Yeah, thank you for that. Radaby Leeds, so many thoughts today. Don't think Cooper was the only problem. He wasn't. But yeah, what has Cresswell got to do? Joseph has to start ahead of Bamford next. Yeah. But these are things that I've said, but there's only so much you can do. You can't keep on repeating yourself. Otherwise, again, it sounds agenda-ish. But Mateo Joseph is going to be the one. I'll say it again. Out of the three strikers that we've got right now, Bamford, Perot, Joseph, he's the one you're taking into the Premier League. The other one isn't fancied by Daniel Farke in Perot. He's going to have to move. And Patrick Bamford, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But that's for another video. Again, I want to speak about that in a separate video. But Mateo Joseph is the one you're taking forward out of the three. So let's give him a run. He's confident. The guy's hungry. Look at him today. 2 minutes on the pitch, 3 minutes. He's scoring goals. Look more of a threat than Bamford did all game. And again, this is where the Bamford people always talk about he does so much for the team. He didn't do nothing for the team today. There was no stretching of the play. There was no holding up. There was no, moving the defenders around. He did nothing. But yeah, it is what it is. Nathan Palmer here saying Coops or starting. I'm always nervous. Played better with the subs brought on. Something Farke to think about. Yeah. And again, look, Farke got this wrong today, but he's got so much right this year, this calendar year. And I don't want to take that away from Daniel Farke. But these are the kind of decisions where if it goes wrong, it's on your head. You've got to take the praise, but then you've got to accept the criticism when you get it wrong. And you just look again for the people that defend Liam Cooper, look at his body language when the goals go in. He looks finished. He looks like even he's not looking at Melier or anyone around him now going, hey, what you doing? Like he did last season in the Prem. He's looking like, damn, I don't think I can hang no more. That's how he looks. And he's looked like that for a long time. He's looked like that for the longest time. And it was a factor as to why the game was so poor in the first half. Dan James, gotta say, I said in the preview, I wanted something from Dan James today. I wanted him to come out and put the Wales thing behind him and just come out all guns blazing, carry on his great season that he's had so far. He put up a howler today, absolutely dreadful. Couldn't stick the ball. His control was off altogether today. Terrible game from Dan James out there today. Ryan here, people still talking about Cooper. See, it's not just me, people. Farke knew he got it wrong when he subbed Cooper. Yeah, when does Farke ever do a one-off sub in the 60-something minute, 62nd minute for one player? Rarely happens, does it? He knew, and then look at all the rejigging we had to do. Byram from left to right. um, Kamara back in defense, Archie Gray moved up, all for one player. But there'll still be people that say he's been a great, and that's fine. But I'm trying to look for the future of Leeds United, and he's just not it. Carl here saying, have to give it to Ipswich. The lot refused to stay down and stop fighting. Honestly, yeah, I was watching their game, and Schmaldix is Schmaldix for Blackburn, yeah. How he didn't score that goal. Oh, that would have been nice. That would have been a 1-1 draw for them, and then who knows? Yeah, Kelvin, it's true. Managers rarely take the centre back off, and not only the centre back, Kelvin, the captain of the team. Again, speaks volumes. So it's not me saying it. It's Daniel Farke admitting his mistakes too. Nathan here saying, welcome back, KG. Good to have you back with us. Yeah, it's nice to be back, man. Seriously, it's been, I've missed it. When you don't, this is what I love to do. I love to talk about football. And the fact that I haven't been able to do it over the last 3 weeks properly has been, it's been so frustrating. But obviously, I've had to get my health in order first. But yeah, listen, once I'm back 100%, we'll be doing shows again like we used to do before. Talk about different topics and everything else like that, and delve into what we need and our current thoughts. But yeah, it's nice to be back, man, and nice to see so many familiar faces back here. Jim, shout out to you, Jim. Need to see a regular front four of Somerville, Rutten, Nonto, and Joseph as soon as possible. It's delicious. It's delicious, Jim. I love it. It tastes great. No pause. I don't care. That tastes beautiful, Jim. And I want to see that too. That dynamic front four for the rest of the season, no one's touching us. No one is touching that front four. But Nanto, I don't know how long he's going to be out for, so we'll have to just wait and see on that. I think someone in the chat said 2 to 3 weeks. But if that front four, Jim, is lovely. Mr. P here saying, shout out to you, Mr. P. The synergy wasn't there until Coops came off. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah. Yeah, Katrina. Yeah, I missed you guys too, man. And you know what's cool? Apart from one person in the preview who has now been exiled, as Kanye would say, everyone was just so cool. I know it's a bit hard with my voice at the moment and everything else like that. But you show up in bad times for people, you know what I mean? And that's what you guys have done. So really and truly thank you for that. It means a lot. Sham here saying it feels like a defeat. Didn't really turn up till the second half. No, I disagree. And listen, maybe other people feel like you, Sham. I feel like that was a point stolen. We didn't deserve anything out the game. But again, that's a testament to the quality that we have in this team. That's a testament to the character of this team that we've had since 2024's turned. So I absolutely think we've stole a point here. I absolutely love it. Yeah, Max H here saying, can handle Daniel Farke messing up the odd lineup if he's proactive in fixing it. That's going to be important, especially in the Premier League. A change at halftime was minimum today. Yeah, Max, I'm with you. I didn't think we'd see Liam Cooper in the second half. I thought that there'd be some kind of excuse. Maybe he's pulled up injured or something like that. But yeah, he's going to have to be way more proactive in the Premier League. But again, we'll speak about that in the summer, 100%. Yeah, no Farke impression today, people. Can barely talk like myself, never mind Daniel Farke. And Kelvin, yep, somehow we're still unbeaten since the start of 2024. It's an incredible run. And again, I don't want that to get lost in the disappointment of the result today. We're still top 2, unbeaten in 2024. I think the promotion train is still on its tracks. It's just, this was a little bump in the road. But you know what the good thing is? We go again against Hull on Monday night. Got a couple days off. Next game on. Love it. Jim, yes, I hear it. It could do a dash, though.
Well, yeah, I didn't really hear him. It was just joking, and he took it the wrong end of the stick. So I hear him. We eat nails.
Yeah, is that all right? Is that okay? Oh man, Curtis Smith. Bless you, KG. You've been missed. Get well soon, bro. I'm getting better every day, man. Getting better every day. Yeah, Gravelman Dash. So yeah, that was the lineup. In terms of that, unfortunately, I was saying that there was a lot of underperforming players, but it did really circle around. And as the chat have kind of backed me up in this one, it did circle around a couple of players starting that shouldn't have started today. Mateo Joseph, as people have said. It sounds like Phil Mitchell. Tremendous. Mateo Joseph, for me, I'm bored of saying it, but I want him to be the starting number 9 in this team. It goes without saying, but we shall see against Hull City. I fully expect Bamford to be starting again. Let me just get the results from today. Fortunately, we couldn't capitalize on this. Like I say, when my voice is a lot better, I need to speak about this Leicester collapse because I don't think I've seen enough of it. I don't think I've seen enough from TalkSport. I don't think I've seen enough from other big websites. If Leeds United had a 17-point lead and we're slipping away these lot are, oh my days, there'd be articles for days. I'm not seeing it about Leicester, and I'm actually shocked that they're doing what they're doing. You know, even Vardy today, and you guys know I love Jamie Vardy. He was like Bamford today. He couldn't finish nothing. He was terrible today, and I just don't feel like it's being spoke about enough. But yeah, they lost today, Bristol City. What else happened today? Southampton conceding late against Middlesbrough. Although I got to be honest, I'm not really considering Southampton at this point. I think Southampton are more playoffs. I'm looking more for Ipswich, and you know, Ipswich got the job done today against Blackburn Rovers. Let me just get the updated table. Where is it gone? Right. Okay, right. Here we are, people. So there we are, people. Ipswich Town top, which is incredible. And again, I'm like other people. Paul Cook, that's another one I could do. You're right. You guys are getting all the gravelly people at me, yeah. Ipswich Town are doing brilliantly. Let's not take anything away from them. I do look at their team though and think if they go with that team and don't add to it, it's going to be a long season for them in the Prem. But look, we've done what we needed to do today. We didn't lose. We've got the draw. We're still undefeated in 2024. Second place, Leicester City now looking a little bit sketchy. And Daniel Farke in the press conference, the pre-match press conference, I should say, said that they're going to win their game in hand. I don't think anything is certain for them right now. Imagine if Leicester City in all this turmoil as well, Premier League problems, EFL problems, don't go up. Man, mad. Tasha here, so KG, if we win the league, according to commentators, it will be because we were brilliant or Leicester collapse. Well, Tasha, it would be a mix of both. I think that's fair though, don't you think? If you've got a 17-point lead, you would expect that team to probably comfortably take it home. But we have been brilliant in 2024. Even today, I include today in a poor performance today where you're getting a point out of it. That's brilliant. So it would be a mix of both. Whoever wins the league deserves to win it. There's no fluke after 46 games. Yeah, Michael. Oh, yeah, Michael just saying fair play to Ipswich in their window for January. Yeah, 100%. Kev. Okay, Kev. Thank you, Kev. KG, thank you for keeping it up. Keeping it up. We see how hard it is for you. Yeah. Thank you for your usual switched on sensible analysis. That's what I always try and give, Kev. That's what I always try and give. It doesn't get me everywhere sometimes, but you know, I'll always keep it real with you guys, always. David here saying not in our hands anymore. The thing is, when you look at some of the fixtures, I mean, and it will be on Ipswich to drop points. Obviously, now they're setting the pace, but they've got a couple of tricky fixtures coming up. They've got Norwich as well, which is always a tough one, that East Anglian derby. And I forget who they've got next, but it's a pretty tough game. So look, just keep on getting the points and see where we are. But you're right, David. It's not in our hands right now until Leicester play their game. But again, I've always said I'll take points on the board over games in hand every day of the week. Yeah, Vavi here. Hopefully this is the end table. Us at Ipswich going up. Yeah, 100%. Well, listen, people, I'm going to leave it there for the post-match reaction. When shall we be back? Probably not tomorrow, probably Sunday for the preview for the whole game. So if you will join me there, please hit a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, drop your comments below. Like I said, thank you for everyone who's donated super thanks and super chats. Really does go a long way and really appreciate it from myself. And yeah, guys, I'm going to go rest my voice off for another night. So We take the draw, still unbeaten, and we move on to the next fixture, which is in just a couple days' time, people. Enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend, people. Peace out.